You there are.
You're laughing like Beavis, or is it Butthead?
I don't know. I've never seen that. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. I'm sorry.
I was never able to see it because it was exclusively on MTV, and you had to be posh to have MTV when I was a kid.
Oh, you're just like Rishi Sunak. He didn't have Sky growing up.
Just like... Welcome back to the Wild Ones podcast, the show where we chat about bike stuff. I'm Jimmy. This is Francis.
Hey.
And this is producer Emily.
Hi.
And thanks to Garmin for supporting the show.
How are we all?
Very good. We've been testing lots of bikes.
Tell us more.
Drinking lots of coffees. Been testing, I think this video will be out at this point, an X-Lab gravel bike, which I didn't even know they made gravel bikes. But the man who's been hired by them, and they emailed me and was like, oh, our offices are really close. Do you want to test one of these bikes? And I was like, oh, yes, definitely. Gravel one, please.
So X-Labs are they're Chinese and they sponsor Astana. That's what I know about them.
Right. It's called XDS and their sub-brand is X-Lab, like Specialized and S-Works. So the one you see, they have they sponsor Astana, yeah. So the World Tour bike is branded X-Lab. Seems complicated, but that's how it is. They are a massive Chinese manufacturer, like huge millions of bikes a year kind of thing, and are very big in China. Lots of people ride them, but we don't really see any here until now, perhaps.
Their logo to me, or the X-Labs sub-brand logo, looks like it's been written on a calculator. That's not a criticism, it's just an observation.
It's an observation. It is. The branding's interesting.
I'm a bit jealous that you got to try the new wireless GRX because I literally have it sitting in boxes waiting to go onto my Howler, but Nick won't let me do it because he wants to film it when he gets back from America in like 3 weeks' time.
What?
I know, it's very annoying. But how was the GRX? Is it good?
Oh, it's exactly the same as the old GRX. That's how Shimano do stuff, isn't it? They just release a new one and it's so incrementally teeny tiny bit different that I don't even know which version of I've lost track.
Well, that's disappointing.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's the entry level GRX. They do two versions, don't they?
Yeah.
So this is RX 717. So it's Di2, but the lower version of the thing. And then levers look slightly but it's the same. It's the same.
Oh, is it the one where the levers actually just look like the road levers?
Very similar. I think you can mix and match them.
Okay, yes, yeah. So yeah, that one has the levers that look like 105 Ultegra Dura-Race levers, whereas the higher level new GRX is like the old GRX levers. Wow, yeah, I hadn't realized how bonkers Shimano's product offering is. It is so overlapping and weird, isn't it? It's like, the cheaper GRX, the one that's basically 105 level, as opposed to the one that's Ultegra level. Wait, what?
They are no way near the worst. Like some of the brands, I made a video the other day. Well, I haven't finished making it because it's taken me so long. I'm losing the will to live, trying to figure out bike brands by value. And I have to go through all of the ranges. And a couple of them in particular can just go like Cube, please, just make less bikes. Make slightly less variations and name them better because it is so complicated. There's a reason why people go to like In-N-Out Burger because the menu's small. Please take some cues from the bigger companies. Not in the cycling world. Yeah. Oh my Lord. But no, the bike is fantastic. The big thing about this bike, it is just a bike, carbon frame, gravel bike. It doesn't seem groundbreaking, and then you look at the price and you're like, oh, so it's $3,199, probably plus some sales tax and stuff, depending on which state you're in, for GRX, carbon wheels, carbon frame, carbon fork, carbon seat post, carbon handlebars, amazing components, and there is nothing else at this price point at all.
And presumably that's because if you want to think of direct to consumer cuts out a middleman. They are direct to consumer amplified because they are the factory. It's like manufacturer to consumer, isn't it? I guess they still have their own marketing departments and stuff, but you're cutting out a lot of
there's a whole step of margin removed.
Mm-hmm. They're still going to have a dealer network, which again makes you realize how crazy the margins are. Does it make me think Giant are doing a bit crap? I mean, in terms of their pricing, because they're in the same situation. They own their factories.
Or they're just smarter than everyone because they're making more margin than everyone.
Yeah, they are. They are. There's a reason they're the biggest.
The other plausible explanation is this like, they have some work to do in the West in terms of building reputation.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's a bit like a Temu where you make your prices low so that everyone gets it, and then all of a sudden you can,
You're the institution.
Temu hasn't started to do this, but you know what I mean? The idea of like you start low and then you build your prices as your reputation grows.
Well, you just need to look at software companies for that, don't you? Give it away for free and then all of a sudden it's 20 quid a month.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, or like platform, any social media that we started on that didn't have any adverts and now is full of adverts. You build a customer base first and then you increase your...
Cash in late Strava.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for now, make the most of it, I suppose. They do. The road bike, I'm going to try and get, I want one of the high-end road bikes to test. I don't know if we'll get this one. There's a $2,099 for 105 mechanical carbon bike with carbon wheels. Their carbon wheels, admittedly. So a lot of these components are just their in-house. It's called Branter. And like they switch out the crank to save a bit of money, things like that. But that compared to any other 105 bike on the market it's like half price. Not quite half price, but it's probably half the price of a Specialized.
And this is it. Some people won't like this offering. Some people don't buy their bikes purely on what is the cheapest. They have other values and other things they're looking for. But for some people, this will be very appealing.
Yeah, but
100%.
Well, the problem with it, as we know, is can you even buy those bikes currently? It's like they're too soon. It's like they've come to the market too soon. They're not ready to actually sell. Like, can you get them in the UK? I'm not sure if you can. Can you even get them in America yet? Probably not, maybe.
The guy seems convinced. He's like, it's not on embargo because the bike already exists and is already out in China, but can you release the video on this day? And I was like, well, yeah, I'll just, if that's when they're doing all of their, releasing it in the States, fine, yeah. But I don't know if someone can now, if they watch this and go, oh yeah, okay, just check one out. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this
odd,
is.
Isn't
it is really odd. It's really odd.
If the pricing stays there in a couple of years' time, when they have ironed out all of their operational bits and pieces and dealer network, etc., they might be very significant in pulling down the price of all bikes, which would be incredible. So if that does happen, I'm all for it.
Agreed. Oh, and can I give them some props for doing the opposite to Cube? There's just one. Like different sizes. One bike, one specs. You can't choose any. You can't choose anything. Well, that's a kind of you can't even choose the handlebar width on the gravel bike. That's sad. But watch the full review if you want to know more. It is great. It is a fantastic bike, though. It is a fantastic bike.
Well, I've got a follow up for you on the Rose Shave, or how do you pronounce it?
Rose.
Rose.
I don't think that is true. We messaged Steffi, our German friend, and she was like, I reckon they call it Rose because it's bigger than Germany. You know, they want to appeal to that's how it is.
Well, a listener called Kevin, a certified German in his words, says that the German word for shave is rasieren.
Rasieren.
Sorry if that's not quite correct, but basically like razor, I guess. But it's colloquially, the term is used by teenagers to mean destroy, crush, or dominate. A bit like, that gaming term, like owning someone.
Pwn.
Yes.
Pwns or the nudesers.
Yeah, so I guess that's maybe the link to shave. But he says now, now that the older generation's adopted it, it's probably done.
I think that's is it called leet speak?
What I said is leet speak. Owning someone in gaming sense is not leet, but pwns are the noobses. Yeah, that's leet. Or it's actually 1337.
It's the noobses.
This is my youth, man.
Yeah.
I've told you the story about when I went to my pals. I was the best man at my mate Ian's wedding, and I got introduced to one of the guests by his gamer handle, and I didn't even know his real name. Cycnom.
Oh.
So you met a guy that you used to play online with.
Yeah.
As a youth. Was he
dangerous?
Danish?
I don't know.
Scandi.
He was great at Imperial conflict.
He came in from another country to Ian's wedding.
Oh, the good old days.
Simpler time.
Okay, let's move on to some stuff that has happened this week, aka news. Sorry.
It's crazy they have a word for that now. It's good. It must have been so difficult before that word was... I don't know. Sorry, I've got the giggles today.
What did I just miss? What just happened? What is going on?
My jokes are being appreciated, Jimmy.
Oh, what was the joke?
You'll have to watch
Doesn't matter, you watch it back.
Watch the episode when it goes live. I'm not
the only way to
explaining
get Jimmy to watch back anything we make.
Okay, it was the Tour of Flanders at the weekend. Demi Vollering took the women's race. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot came second and Puck Pieterse in third. Well done, Demi.
Demi is looking like an absolute beast. She dropped Pauline like a stone, I think some people say, along with everyone else, of course. I kind of feel like she is like Matteo van der Poel before Pog's dominance. Matteo van der Poel, yeah. Pre-Pog, Van der Poel was just so unbelievably dominant in classics races, and that was what Demi looked like on the weekend. It was nice to see.
Yeah, some people would say that Mathieu van der Poel is the Demi Vollering rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
But yes.
What I'm most thankful for is that Demi's unblocked me on Instagram, so I can now see her her feeds and stories and things.
I'm sorry, you were blocked. Why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because she's annoyed that you keep comparing her to
Matteo.
Man cyclists rather than cyclists. Anyway, Tadej Pogačar won the other race. I think they call it the men's race. He is absolutely eating up at the moment and leaving no crumbs. He's the first rider in history to win 4 consecutive monuments, the internet tells me. And of course, it's Paris-Roubaix this weekend. He will be there. Can he make it 5 in a row?
Yes.
Probably, yes, probably.
Do you not think that Pog is like Pauline Ferrand-Prévot before Pauline Ferrand-Prévot?
He really is the Pauline Ferrand-Prévot of the men's race.
Yeah.
Speaking of those two, did you see there was a clip that was going around of Poggy on his Y1 RS, and then Pauline comes over and gets I want to say a backie, but
it was a fronty.
A fronty.
Fronty?
Yeah. Climbs on his top tube, hopefully not squishy, and they sort of ride along together in tandem, but on one bike.
It was odd. I don't know why. I don't know what the scenario was. It made me think of 90s Formula One, when you have these scenarios where Damon Hill and Michael Schumacher are head-to-head in the World Championship, and Michael Schumacher's car breaks down after the last lap, and then he sits on the wing of Damon Hill's car, and he gets towed back in, and everyone's waving, having a good time.
I'm surprised that she's contractually allowed to sit atop a Colnago.
I'm convinced that this has been pre-agreed.
You think it's a stunt?
Yeah, I think it's a stunt.
For the PR?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a issue with she couldn't ride her own bike?
Well, she has feet. She could have walked.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, literally, this is happening in front of probably 200 cameras, and I think it's probably safe to say that it was slightly coordinated.
A pro of that level is always thinking, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? Like, I don't want to break my sponsor. I don't want to upset any sponsors. So,
which I think is probably why a lot of them are they play it safe for that reason. But, people like a personality, don't they? So you got to give the fans what they want. Anyway, it was a nice little moment. Other news. Did you see someone just broke the women's off-road Everesting record?
Oh, yes.
Her name is Lizzie Hermole. She set a new benchmark of 11 hours and 5 minutes for climbing 8,848 metres. which is the equivalent of Everest. The ride was 157 kilometres or 97 miles, and she did it in Derbyshire, UK. She takes the crown from previous record holder Emma Pooley. Very impressive.
Horrible effort. I mean, great, no, amazing achievement. But imagine doing it.
I know.
Off-road. People underestimate a normal Everest, let alone going for a time. Like, just finishing it is way harder than people think.
Yeah.
This is quite a disgusting amount of time to be doing anything, really.
11 hours.
And off-road. I wonder how off-road it has to be. I wonder does it just has to not be a registered road, or does it have to be gravelly to a certain amount? How big is the gravel?
How big is the gravel?
How big is?
Could it be tarmac, but not an official road? I don't know.
Dusty. That could get, if that becomes a thing that people compete for, then it would all be course-based. Just like the road one is. The record is basically who can find the most efficient, best road to do it on with a descent that's fast.
Yeah.
And you don't lose time on the descent. Straight descent.
I think the problem she had on this one, so I had a look at the climb. It's a walking and cycling sort of dual shared path, I believe. But she did have some problems with passers-by. So she told Cycling Weekly that there was this one guy, his dog ate my donuts. All I wanted was a donut. It was quite early on and he was hurling abuse at me like, I don't give an F about your record. You shouldn't be here. I'm going to contact the council. And I kind of just ignored it and carried on. And while he was doing that, his dog ate my donuts.
That's brutal.
Do you remember Chris Hall when he was doing his 7 Everest in 7 days? Was that the challenge? And then there was a box of like all the important stuff, and some lady just didn't see anyone around because he was up the climb. Just came, was like, oh, a box of weird stuff. I'm just going to take it, and just took it away.
Well, she took it to the food bank.
Yeah.
She thought it had been abandoned. A very nicely natured person thought, oh, well, this is going to waste. Someone's abandoned this. I'm going to go and do some good with it, and took it to the food bank.
So then Jimmy had to go to the
We tracked it down, didn't we? Someone got in touch.
And take the food back off them.
Jimmy had to pretend he needed it.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think they were a bit like, what are we going to do with the box of gels?
Yeah.
So you give them some money instead.
I think we gave them 150 or 200 quid donation to replace the food that had been donated that we needed back. But it's because it was Chris's, it was all of his like sports nutrition. It was all like gels and like proper bars and things. Yeah. In hindsight, if you're doing an Everest every day for 7 days, don't leave your week's worth of sports nutrition in a box at the bottom of the climb.
Or even donuts. Yeah,
or
careful.
even donuts, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when you did your BMX Everest, Francis?
Oh, please stop reminding me. It's horrible.
And we fed you
PTSD.
maltodextrin, and then you said you vomited black afterwards.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, in the middle of like 3 a.m. After we finished, went to bed, felt sick, went to bed, and then woke up in the middle of the night and vomited like blacky green. Oh. I do not know what that was. I really did not, but it was the only thing I could eat towards the end of that challenge. Yeah. I don't know how long it took me. Longer than that. But it was horrible.
It was 17 or 19 hours, I think.
Because you can't eat up past a certain point. Well, I can't anyway. You probably could train your stomach, and then if I was faster, it would be more pleasant. Should have tried harder.
Okay, well, that's enough news. On to our main feature this week. Bikes.
Yay!
Bike stuff. More specifically, the ones you guys would actually buy with different budgets. And the budget I'm giving you to work with are £1,000, £3,000 or £5,000. And if that seems very high to you, yes, it is.
I thoroughly enjoyed preparing for this week's podcast because I got to spend an unhealthy amount of time looking at bikes and thinking about bikes and considering what I may or may not buy.
It's funny how quickly it changes and how out of touch you get with the prices because they just change so quick. People like the new bikes, like stuff just comes up. Maybe life is just going faster and faster. Can't deal with it. It's crazy. It's not really about bikes, just too fast. Slow down, please.
The passing of time is relevant to your age.
It is. It is. perception of time changes too drastically.
Yeah. So
Sorry, bikes. Yeah,
Bikes. 1,000, 3,000 and 5,000 pound budgets. Do I need to convert it to US dollars?
it's going to get very messy if you do.
Okay, fine. Well, just
I think
Like
just
my
go with
video
it.
I've been scripting. It's it's the same thing. The problem is the conversion doesn't work because the prices are different in other places. Is
Yeah.
what I've discovered. Like
Well,
drastically
it's
different.
tax positions and
Canyon,
things, isn't it?
Canyon is supposed to be. Everyone thinks, oh, Canyon, great value. Even Americans think Canyon, great value, but it's not in America.
right.
Like it's just so much more.
So just if you're not in the UK, take it with a pinch of salt. But we're still going to talk about some interesting bikes, so please stick around. Okay, £1,000. What you got for me?
You will not be surprised that a good proportion of the bikes listed that I have found are from similar brands that are known for good value. And the first one is Van Rysel. So they have the Gravel AF, or oh, you're going to have to bleep that now, sorry. But that does make it infinitely cooler, Gravel AF.
Yeah, I mean, they don't say as on the website.
They should.
They should.
Gravel AF, that's like a sick name for a bike. They also have the EDR AF, which is a road version. The Gravel is £899. The EDR is £849. Both aluminium. Both have microshift sword group sets, TRP Spire mechanical discs, 50mm clearance on the gravel bike. And we know that group set is absolutely fantastic. It is just under God tier on our cool wall. They look good. It's good colorways. They're spec'd well. 165 cranks on smaller frames. You'd end up with 100, 150 quid left over, which can go towards a new saddle. It's the only thing you might want to change for your own preferences, and a bit of coffee and cake.
Yeah, good on. I should say none of this section is sponsored, by the way.
An alternative is a bike that we have featured on the channel before, the Canyon Endurace All-Road, which in my opinion is possibly the best value bike there is at the minute. It's 999 quid, aluminium. It's got Qs with hydraulic brakes. It's got good geometry, 40mm tyre clearance. It's very upgradable. Canyon claim to have a 2-year warranty and a 6-year guarantee, but it's unclear what the difference is between them and what they actually mean.
I spent so long trying to work this out.
It's
I
odd,
don't know
isn't
what a warranty and a guarantee, what the difference is.
I have no idea. You can use it in road or gravel setup, which I think is mint. Something which gets banded around quite a bit, especially with Canyon, is that they hardly ever have stock. Officially, their website says that more stock is coming in May, early May, I think it is. And I've got a feeling that if this section goes into the podcast, then that there's going to be a load of comments saying they always say they're coming and then they're not. I've just got a feeling that it's one of those things that they just keep pushing on and on until it actually does arrive.
Another good option, which we have reviewed, the Primos Dame gravel bike. It's $899 if you live in America, which is where they're based. It's about £680. It's chromoly steel, disc brake through axle. You get 650B wheels, but it takes 700Cs. It comes with all the tubeless stuff, which is a nice little bonus. And I think bikes should come with now. Microshift sword, again, great group set. Alloy finishing kit. Nothing fancy, but it's just like a really great, solid bike. And it's steel, so it will probably last a long, long time. And it has a face on the side.
It feels like it's not a very well, you could upgrade it, but it feels like the type of bike I wouldn't want to spend any additional money on, apart from if there was a really cheap way of getting their carbon fork on it.
Yeah. But upgrading a fork is a pain in the arse.
Yeah, it's not needed, but it'd be a nice to have, I guess.
Mm-hmm. They do a version with a carbon fork, but the specs are all very different. I think the conclusion of that video was, I wish there was just a middle version with the only upgrade being a carbon fork.
Yeah.
It really transformed how the bike rode and shaved off a lot of weight as well.
I looked at a lot of bikes yesterday, and what I've come to the conclusion of... You all right?
The dog's weed on me.
Oh. How much? Lots.
You left us on a cliffhanger.
What he's discovered about bikes is...
Basically, I've looked at absolutely every possible bike you can imagine.
Yes.
And what I have learned, or what I'm convinced of now, is that £1,800 is the new £500.
Oh, that's outrageous, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is outrageous. And that's the whole point of it.
What time period are you talking here?
All. Like, you used to be able to get a bike that was 500 quid that was actually not junk.
Junk.
I think it's a little bit more.
What's a little bit more?
Oh, you're a bit older than me. But when I bought an entry-level bike, it was a Trek 1.2, and I'm sure it cost 650, maybe a little bit more, pounds. Back in when was that? 2000 and
something.
8, maybe. I guess Trek probably did one model underneath it. But bikes are a lot better now.
Well,
Yes,
they are better, but they also cost an insane amount of money.
Hell of a lot more. Yeah, of course.
So to put that into context, you used to be able to get legitimately cool bikes for 500-600 quid. So examples of stuff that are now, like the CAD 14, aluminium, 105, £3,000. Brother frame sets used to be able to, so it's a UK brand, Brother. They just make simple steel frame sets. There was always frame sets and you build it up your own way. You used to be able to get a good frame set for about 600 quid, 600 quid. And this is 10 years ago. They're now £1,100. So if you're building that up with, well, anything, you're hitting 1,800 quid. Kinesis Trips, the frame set, you used to be able to build them up for 1,200 quid and have a decent bike. It's now 900 quid just for the frame set. A Fairlight, which absolutely everyone in the comments seems to love. The frame set's 1,500 quid for a steel bike. Yes, it's a very good steel bike, as we're told, but you're still looking at 2.5 grand for a complete bike.
Is that not just inflation, though?
Well, in some respects it is, yes. But
it's why we pick these price points, though, isn't it? Like, you'd like to do a £500 category. You go in secondhand then, which is a boring section because it's just us just searching through Facebook, just looking at secondhand bikes that no one else can. Yeah.
But I don't. But I
there's
personally,
a lack of. I get what you're saying. There's the real problem. I think is there's a real lack of entry level bikes from the big brands. Like the drop bar entry level is not good. I mean, there's the Canyon, which is awesome value, but most of them, the entry level is just not good value anymore.
Yeah, that is as simple as it is. They're just not very good bikes. But that's the ones we've picked out. That's, well, I think the best of it, really. Okay, cool. So, do you want to tell me about your £3,000 budget bikes? To. And I'm going to start with something that I never thought I would have put this into it. But again, scrolling through options and looking at things, the colorway sold me. And I think it would make a really interesting option within this space. And they have historically sponsored Francis and technically the first year of CADE existing, but it has nothing to do with that as to why this is going in there. The Scott Addict Gravel 30, specifically in splatter blue. And it is a really, really cool white base with blue, CADE blue actually, style splatters all over it. And I think it looks absolutely mint. It looks like a super premium finish. I like it a lot. It's giving, I've put my pen in my pocket and it's splattered everywhere. Again, not a criticism, just an observation. I like it though. Yeah. So it's £2,349. It's full carbon. It's got mechanical GRX, hydraulic disc brakes, aluminium wheels, clearance of 45mm tyres. It's UDH ready. It looks fantastic. I've ridden loads of Scotts over the last couple of years and they are very, very good bikes. If you bought that, you'd have 650 quid left, which you could put towards a second set of wheels. If you wanted to have a gnarly gravel setup and a less gnarly / roady setup, or you could just put it in the bank. Maybe go on holiday with it. The prices of it, it always surprises me with Scott that they're not like Trek Specialized Cannondale at all. Like the value's really there. Oh, you wait. I've got a few Treks to come later on. Okay. Yeah, a surprising value. Shall I continue? Please do. The Officina Battaglin Milano. The hardest name to say in the world. Officina Battaglin. Officina Battaglin Milano. We talked about this recently. So they dropped this bike not that long ago. It's €3,000 and about £3,000 if you were buying it into the UK. It's a steel gravel bike. It's got the new wireless GRX at that price point. It looks cool. It's handmade in Italy. The company's got some pedigree as well, which is pretty cool and still family owned. It's sick. Gunmetal grey. That's the one. That's the move. Now, onto something which might surprise Francis. I've got 2 treks for you. The Madone or Madone and the Domain or Domaine.
Damane. I think that's how you pronounce it.
So both of these bikes come with mechanical 105. The frames are cool. The colorways are cool. There is loads of upgrade potential in them. And by that, I mean, if you like it and you kept it for many years, at some point, the wheels are going to be knackered. You could upgrade them to something nicer. At some point, the group set's going to be knackered. You could upgrade it to something higher up the line if you wanted to. You don't need to do any of those things, especially the Madone. There's like a pearl, what do they call it? Gloss crystal white matte deep smoke colorway. So it's literally the same as the one that the top-end pros are riding with the weird swishy seat stay bit. It's mostly pearlescent white, and then it's got these nice little flashy bits on it. The colorway on that is absolutely sick.
£2,900. So you got £100 to, I don't know, spend on pogs.
Ooh, pogs. What do you think of that then, Francis?
No, I am impressed. The mid-range, I haven't got to scripting that part of my my other video yet. That is interesting. They're moving quite heavily into selling direct now, and they have a lot of. There are stores, but they're Trek stores in a lot of cases. So interesting moves.
Granted, it is mechanical 105, and the wheels are relatively basic considering you're spending a whopping £2,900, but that is a good-looking bike and has the potential to be something you would want to ride for many years to come.
Yeah, nice, like it. What else you got for us?
Ooh, first entry from Cube, and this is the Agree C62. So it comes in at £2,899. It's got 105 but Di2. It's got Newman wheels, which we've ridden recently on the Rosé, which were really good wheels. I really enjoyed those wheels. They were great.
Rosé.
That's Cube's brand, which is interesting that they end up on a rose.
Oh.
I will say this about Cube. People who have them really rate them and like to tell us about that in the comments a lot.
Well, I think the 3 bike brands that seem to have a bit of a cult following currently are Cube, Canyon, and Canyone, and Fairlight.
I've got a theory. Do you know, I said before that IKEA furniture people are more attached to because they put effort and time into building it, and therefore then you like it more and you keep it.
Yeah.
I reckon the Cubes people have spent weeks, maybe months of their lives trying to work out which model they want from the website because it's so complicated and there's such a massive, ridiculous range that they are committed. Then they bought the bike and they've gone, well, I spent a year of my life figuring out the website. Like Agree C62. Why is it the name? It sounds like a Colnago at the end. One of the Agree the Agree and the C62, different frame materials. Like, what? And then you go on it and there's 26 different specs. Like, and then the website doesn't work properly. You just press your mouse goes, and then it goes, and then it closes.
But if it all worked perfectly, then
people would buy more bikes?
No, would they be charging more because it'd have to be a whole new department of
web developers?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I'm assuming they're still set up via, like, you can't buy directly off their website, so they're set up via a dealer network, and there is definitely a common theme between terrible websites and brands which basically just sell to shops and then rely on the shops to do the sales bit for them. I think Cube perhaps fits into that. I've got one final honourable mention. That technically doesn't belong in this list because although you can get it for £299, it is currently discounted from £4,000.
Okay.
But when it was first released, it was actually had a retail of, I believe, £5,200. So it is maybe one of the best value road bikes available right now, and I honestly am struggling to not buy it.
Okay, tell me more.
The Pinarello F5 in white with blue flip paint logos. It's full carbon, 105 Di2. It looks absolutely fantastic because it's the newer shape Pinarello that's less wavy but still a bit wavy. That is just a premium pedigree beautiful bit of road bike.
Are you allowed to put this in because this is a discounted price?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a funny one, isn't it? Because actually, if you look at the right time, probably all of these bikes will be discounted. So it's difficult.
Yeah. I was strict when I was looking at all of them to stick to RRP only because it's the only consistent way you can do it.
Well, I've basically fallen in love with that bike, and
There's one on the way.
Numerous times over the last 24 hours that I've said to Emily, okay, maybe I will get it. And I'm just judging the reaction, and it's not been particularly positive, unfortunately.
Today's show is supported by Garmin, and thanks to their Tacx trainers, I don't even have to leave the house to get a proper ride in.
Mine's literally set up all year round. There are so many reasons that I jump on it instead of heading outside.
Like when it's snowy or icy?
Or I just want to do some clean intervals.
Or I don't have much time.
Or I'm dog sitting.
Or I want to ride at unsafe times of the day.
Indoor training is totally different and a much more pleasant experience now than it was when I started cycling.
Yeah, stuff like the motion plates are a game changer.
You just have way more ability to simulate a real ride. The road feel, steep virtual climbs, sprinting.
And when you pair Tacx with an edge head unit, rally power pedals, your Garmin watch, or a heart rate monitor, you get a full indoor-outdoor training system backed up by heaps of data.
So big thanks to Garmin for supporting the show.
One other piece of news, Garmin Ride Out is back, and we're all going to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun last year. I'm looking forward to it.
Reunited again. It's a lovely 80k ride around the New Forest, which is in southern England. It's an aid of Action Medical Research, and the route is fantastic. There's also an event village where there's talks from people. It's a great day out, so maybe see you there.
30th of May.
So we'll put a link in the description if you want to sign up. And if you are there, make sure you say hello.
Okay, so tell me about your £5,000 budget.
I actually think this is the hardest category available right now because it's obviously an astronomical amount of money, but it doesn't get you into like the top of bikes anymore. So you're in this kind of like limbo space of, do I squeeze for two bikes to get like a gravel bike and a road bike or something like that? Or do I get one that's closer to a top end bike that gives me more options? It's actually a really, really hard price point.
I think we are now in custom territory, and that doesn't mean it has to be some fancy, like insane Sato or something. In fact, I probably can't even get a Sato for that money. But there are frame builders who will make you a custom frame for £2,500 to £3,500. I think that's safe to say. Maybe less in some cases, like Massacan will probably do one even cheaper. And then you're getting exactly the geometry suited to you. Some of the money will probably have to be spent on a bike fit before, admittedly. You'd want someone to design it, do you a proper bike fit and base it off that. And then, yeah, I would maximize, like, I would then heavily weight the spend to the frame set, not the components. And then you have a great bike.
Do you think that if you're someone of a guy of sort of the average height range of, you know, a medium to large bike, which is stocked well in most brands, do you think you actually need a bike fit? Need custom geometry?
No one needs. I mean, look, you could. It's different for everybody, but on the whole, you could. Like, I could jump on a 58 centimeter bike and put the saddle all the way down and like ride it. It wouldn't be nice, but you could still ride it. So that's why bikes are great. There's adjustment. Seat goes up and down, peg goes up, peg goes down. Spaces underneath the stem. You can really like make bikes work. And we've seen that a lot in our roasts when people send in bikes. Do you remember we were like, it's crazy how people just make stuff work. It's great that people make stuff work, and you're really going for the optimum. But if you're spending £5,000, then I would want it to be optimum.
Yeah, fair.
No spaces made for me. Or you could have a bike designed with some spaces in mind
to future-proof
for when you get older. Future-proof, perhaps. You never know what's going to happen.
So I've run some pricings on your idea of
custom
3.5-ish custom frame, and I think the reason that people don't like this as an option is you would effectively have to spec the bike absolutely basic, but you'd have an incredible frame. So If you were to get a Massacan Carbonara, then you're going to be paying about £3,000 for it. You're going to get hit by customs, which makes it about 3,600-ish, which gives you £1,400 left over to finish the bike. So then you would put mechanical 105 on it, which is about 500 quid. You'd get 500 quid wheels, which would either be our TT Swiss house wheels, which are mint, or a secondhand carbon fiber wheel. And then you've got about 400 quid left over to finish it. Aluminium finishing kit, 100 quid carbon seat post, GP500s. You've got a good bike that's got a lot of potential.
500s? What are they?
Did
Really
I say
old.
500s? I was thinking there's a lot of 500s on the screen in front of me. The tiny ones. The alternative would be to do something like they have as their aluminium bike, which you can also do custom if you want it or need it, which comes in at about 1,500 quid in the UK. So if you built it with the same specs, then you'd have about £2,100 left over, which you have options. You could either use that to buy a second bike, so you could have a gravel bike and a road bike, not from them, but from someone else perhaps. Or you could upgrade, have a higher level group set or wheels, or you could just put that money in the bank. And then when you retire, that 2,100, if you're lucky, might be worth 12 or 13,000 pounds.
Oh,
I think there's way too much. This is why this is why I still ride a rim brake bike. I think about it for a while, then go to buy it, and then Jimmy's face appears in my thoughts and goes, just put it in your ISA. Which I had to get rid of moving to America. That's annoying, isn't it?
More first world problems.
Well, yeah, literally.
It's appropriate for this price bracket, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, interesting choice. Like, I don't know what one I would go for. Alloy, better parts, carbon, worse part. I think based on you fantastic maths there, those specs are not bad. Like mechanical 105 is way enough for me. I'd get the carbon.
I think you would get the carbon because you'd be thinking, I don't need electronic shifting, but I know I'll get it eventually.
And just add, yeah.
And you would
Chip away.
prefer to have the carbon bike, knowing that a couple of years down the line, you would upgrade it to something a bit more.
Yeah.
Not that we need it, but it's just nice, isn't it?
And we're not real people because I've been in bikes too long, so there's always people around me where they're like, oh, I'm upgrading this thingy, like this is for sale, and you get a crank for cheap or whatever.
I rebuilt Emily's road bike with Ultegra Di2, and I think she gets it now.
Oh, you've had a taste. You can't go backwards. Ignorance is bliss. Just don't get the electric gears and then you're fine.
Oh, it's so annoying. I swear, like, all of this is just a Truman Show setup because, first of all, my 2x just spontaneously combusted on my gravel bike. And then, oh, no, you're going to have to get 1x for your gravel bike. and then he took...
Which you like.
Yes, fine. And then my road bike, he took me out for a ride in like -2 degrees and my hands were so cold. I couldn't physically like change up the front mech. It wasn't working. My hands just stopped working.
That is a thing. I think people overlook that sometimes. It is dexterity.
Dexterity.
And it's not just in the cold. Some people just have less dexterity. So isn't it great that this stuff exists?
And I think also potentially it's also the front mech is spontaneously combusted. Something's gone wrong with both of those bikes. I don't know what it is. So anyway, yeah, Jimmy, give me a new group set to test.
It's good, isn't it?
It is good. You don't need it.
You don't. No, you absolutely don't. But it's nice.
But it is nice.
And it
yes.
goes bzzzt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about that.
It's nice though, isn't it?
The ease of changing is better. Yes, I will concede.
Right. So I 100% would also go custom, and it would be steel, and it would be nearly a rebuild of a bike I already own.
Okay.
I would go back to Billy, who is Howler Frameworks, and I would say, Billy, my boy, we're building a bike. The only difference is I would build it around a 700 wheel rather than a 650B wheel. And that's not because I don't like the Howler that I have with 650. It's that I would build one bike with 2 wheel sets, and therefore it should be spec'd around 700 with that in mind.
One bike to rule them all.
So Howler Frameworks start about 2,500 quid. Custom geometry steel, built around 745s. So I'd have a big gravel, but not a stupidly big gravel wheel. Second wheel set, mudguard mounts. That's a do everything bike, and it'll last an eternity.
You did find some off the peg options though, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I think this is what I'm saying. It's a really hard price point to go with. So if we just look at racy road bikes first, the Canyon Aeroad CF SLX 7 is £4,499. It comes Rival XPLR. It's got 65mm DT Swiss Arc 1600 wheels. It looks cool. It's got a nice colorway. It, if you don't live somewhere that's hilly, that is going to be a mint road bike that you're going to look at and go, oh yeah.
Why do you say if you don't live somewhere that's hilly?
It's just a bit of a slug, isn't it?
You didn't like climbing on the air road at all. I remember this.
I didn't love climbing on that bike. I'm sure I could have made some adjustments to it so it would be more bearable. But still, if I was living in London, I would bang one of those. If I was living in the Northeast, I wouldn't. And then an alternative off the peg for gravel and significantly under budget would be the Cube New Road C62 EXC. It's £3,500. It comes with SRAM Force. It's got 50mm tyre clearance. That's a sick-as group set. You wouldn't really need to do anything else to that. I'd probably run it with like really light gravel tyres, so you could just smash it on the road as well and then not bother riding on roads as much.
1,500 quid left over with that one.
ISA.
Stick that in your ISA and smoke it.
Yeah, get that in the premium bonds.
Yeah.
Or you could buy another bike.
You can spend it on therapy sessions after dealing with the Cube website.
I had an idea.
Yes.
I actually posed this question to our wonderful Benny yesterday.
Oh, yes.
And he's given some suggestions on what he would do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should just get him in and have a quick chat with him, and he can tell us his suggestions.
Okay, cool. And I would like to preface it with it. You told him, imagine tomorrow all your bikes have disappeared and you're starting again with this budget.
Yeah.
And I want to provide that context because I think he's thought about it as getting as much for his money as possible.
Yeah, which I think is how most people work.
Yeah, but you've found one bike to fit this budget, whereas he's gone one step further.
Yeah, a lot of yours were just what you'd buy. I think that's fair. It wasn't based just purely on value. Like the Trex are not really that good value. They're just say Trek on the side and they look nice.
Which is fine.
Maybe better frames than you would get from other brands. Some maybe.
Yeah, this isn't just find the best value bike. It's what you would buy.
Yeah,
for different reasons, different considerations, etc.
It's things that I would go, would that be? I would maybe consider that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to go and get Benny.
Welcome, Benny, back to the podcast, second time. You good?
Yep.
Excellent. Well done.
Thank you. Very good.
Right. So, yeah, I posed the question to you yesterday. You've got no bikes. You're starting again. If you had £1,000, what are you buying with it?
Yeah, I remember when you messaged me yesterday about this, I was like, is this a new video or is this a question for me? And you're like, yeah, this is a question for you.
It's a question, yeah.
It's a question. I sent you, I think, a message immediately with whatever I wanted, and I immediately withdrew those
You did?
those bikes because you just
Deleted.
reminded me like, oh, don't you want to ride gravel? Because there's gravel in the Northeast.
You just went very, very road
I went-
by default. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, right, you're not planning on doing any gravel.
Like, oh, I actually do some gravel. Like, I love gravel here. It's
You
so
actually
good.
said, I usually forget that the lines even exist.
Yeah. Though I use the lines almost every day to commute.
So the lines, as Emily's shouting from her secret hiding position as she tickles the puppy. The lines are the hundreds and hundreds of miles of repurposed old railway lines in the Northeast that are now incredible gravel tracks that all link up. So we've got just mountains and mountains of off-road riding. So if you lived in the Northeast and you only had a road bike, well, actually you could use a road bike, but you would have less of an enjoyable time.
Mm-hmm.
So then you redid your list, and I am going to say it doesn't actually surprise me, but Benny is the only person that actually considered second-hand bikes and is confident in buying second-hand bikes, which I am not.
You're right. I mean, I love secondhand bikes. You can pretty much buy premium bikes for like super cheap.
Have you ever bought a second-hand bike and had some kind of issue that you've had to address?
Never.
Literally never. So you've never like accidentally bought a cracked frame or
No.
something was more damaged than they said it was.
So the thing is, when I buy something, and I think I would attribute this to my ADHD, I go all in.
Okay.
So I like scope out every single thing. I question the person, I look at pictures, I go there, investigate. And because I have a little bit of mechanical knowledge, I can, find out what the bike is like.
I think you're underplaying your mechanical knowledge. You used to own a bike shop, Benny.
That's not a bike shop. But I wasn't the greatest mechanic. Like, I used to always round bolts.
Ah, you guys.
My man.
I've heard stories about you, Francis.
That needs to be the next T-shirt that we put on We Are the Wild Ones. It needs to be I round bolts for fun.
So yeah, I think all my P1, my primary bikes would be secondhand and rim brake, because I love rim brake bikes.
So £1,000, what are you spending it on?
So yeah, £1,000 is going to be a secondhand Super 6 Evo high mod rim brake
Very specific.
and a secondhand 90s mountain bike.
I allocated prices to this. I'm assuming the Super 6 Evos, you can get one for about $750, and you know that you can get one for... Is that about the right price?
I was actually checking eBay, and I was very close to buying one. £450 with a 105 group set.
Oh, mint.
2017. Not bad. Exposed cables, but it's fine.
Nice. And then a retro 90s mountain bike.
Yeah. So I was also researching on this, and you can get really cheap ones for $250 with old group sets, or you can get like retro modern fitted MTBs, which are a little bit more expensive with 11-speed group sets. I would probably buy a retro mountain bike with this old group set and then eventually upgrade.
I need to take you to Recycle Your Bike.
I know. We've been planning this for a while.
You need to go there with a bit of cash in your pocket, because you'll be coming away with multiple bikes, I think. You are going to have a collection of 90s mountain bikes with 11-speed, I think. Okay, cool. So Super 6 Evo rim brake at the one you found was $450, but I'm assuming you would then be hunting a rim brake Dura-Race group set to put on it.
Yes. Of course. Mechanical.
And then a second-hand 90s mountain bike for ragging it around on the gravel.
Yeah.
£3,000. What have you got for us?
The Canyon Endurace All-Road, which we reviewed.
Yep.
And we've been testing it for a while now, doing a long-term review.
Yep.
I love that bike. I mean, it's a pretty cool bike because we've put gravel tires on it, and I've been using this on the line. It's pretty much my de facto gravel bike right now.
But that one's £1,000.
Yeah.
That's £1,000, yeah.
He's spending his £3,000.
Oh, wait, you're getting both of these bikes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Fine.
So all of Benny's suggestions are 2 bikes for the price. So his £1,000 one is a.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on the same page now. I was like, what? I thought you were pranking me or something.
He's just sitting there going.
I was actually just looking at this. I got this capybara on a spring. It's pretty good. Carry on.
Right. So anyway, back to it. £1,000 on an Endurace All Road, which we know is a decent bike. I've already referenced that earlier on as well. And then
I'd get a second-hand Canyon Ultimate CF SLX, probably from 2019 as well, because they've got some good
rim or disc? Rim.
I have one of those for sale, Benny, and it might be in your size.
Yeah, but it's disc brake.
Oh, it's disc brake. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I can think about it, but nah.
He just did think about it. That was it.
I'll give you a good price.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
Baby.
Okay. And so 2 Canyons.
Yeah.
And then £5,000. How did you spend your money?
Again, I'll get the Canyon Endurace All Road.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Perfect bike was $1,000, easy.
So you got $4,000 left over.
Yeah. And of course, I will 100% get a Dogma F12.
Is that what you had?
This is what you had.
I had an F10.
F10.
Yeah, I had an F10. So the F12 is a little bit better, I think. And I actually found a pretty cool Dogma for £2,900 with the Dura-Race group set.
Do you remember when you showed us through India and you were on that bike?
Yeah.
Like for 3 weeks and we just kept hitting gravel. It was really good. It's funny.
It worked.
$3,000 for a rim brake or disc brake?
Rim brake.
For a rim brake Dogma F12 second hand.
Yeah, so it's $3,000 without a wheel set. So I'll obviously buy a £1,000 wheel set.
So you're working on the basis of basically any of the secondhand bikes. You're working on the basis of you need a bit of budget to do some tweaking to it.
Yeah.
In line with how you want it, not necessarily because it needs it, but because you have preferences
Think of
you
it.
want
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Interesting.
Yep.
I like your suggestions. Did you see the Pinarello that I'm obsessed with currently that I really want to buy?
Oh. It's not a Dogma.
I know it's not a Dogma, but it looks the part.
Yeah, it's not a Dogma. Sorry. It's got to be a Dogma. So the thing about Pinarellos are, it's either a Dogma or it's not.
This is like what
For me.
people say about
What does that mean?
Porsche. It's a 911 or it's not a Porsche, is what people say.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing, isn't
I
it?
think so. Yeah, you can't buy a Porsche Cayenne. Is that what it's called?
That's one of them, yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
You don't even know the other models, do you?
Boxster.
Yeah, that's one of them.
No, I actually like Dogma because I've been obsessed with the name Dogma growing up. I saw this movie called Dogma. I think it's Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
You're saying that like we might not have seen the film Dogma.
Oh, you seen Dogma?
Are you joking? Why would I not have? Everyone's seen
A
Dogma.
lot of people haven't seen Dogma.
What?
I told Steffi about it. She's like, what? So I've been trying to get Dogma so she can see it.
Emily, have you seen
Legally.
Dogma?
No.
Francis, have you seen Dogma?
No.
What the hell? How have people not seen Dogma?
I don't know. It's epic, right?
And that's why you want a Dogma bike.
Yeah. I love that movie. It's such a good movie.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your input, Benny. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think Emily has had enough of laying on the floor. So wants a seat back.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Laying on the floor in Bella's
All right. Okay. We've done quite a lot already, so I think I'm just going to finish us off with a nice little listeners takeover,
Oh, lovely.
a little after dinner mint.
Is it voice note?
Yes, it is a voice note from a listener called Vasily, and this is how it goes.
Hello, CADE media team. Just wanted to drop my controversial, not opinion, but more of an observation. So since 2022, me and my wife, we've been moving between different countries and lived in Kyrgyzstan and Armenia. And we both cycle, and both countries have this like southern traditional view of things, which includes some level of patriarchy. And when we were cycling together, I'm usually going behind her, so she can go in her own pace and I'm not rushing things. And drivers usually treat us, well, quite poorly, to be honest. And she noticed when she goes for rides without me, they treat her much better because they see her right away and they see that she's a woman. And so she managed to find some comfort in people not respecting women enough, so to speak, to think that they're weaker and more precious. Yeah, and so they actually give her enough space on the road when she's alone. So I wonder if anybody experienced something similar in other more traditional countries, so to speak. So yeah, that's my point. And thank you for a great podcast. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, Vasily.
Interesting take.
Yes, completely agree. I find this as well. I'm sure it's a thing. So when we go out on rides together, Jimmy,
This is why you don't want to ride with me anymore,
you
isn't it?
always complain about close passes. And there was a point where I was thinking, do I just not notice them? And because when I was on my own, I felt like it wasn't happening. But I think he's onto something, or rather his other half is onto something. I think it's true. If this is the cross we must bear as part of the patriarchy and sexism, I mean, I will take it.
You're not the most observant person in the world.
Fair.
And whenever I come back from ride, I'm like, oh, God, it's just... And you're just like, I don't get it.
Yeah. So maybe I
that's
just
why.
don't notice it, perhaps. But I have noticed the trend of being given more room when I'm on my own, and so has this person. So maybe if you're a woman and listen to the show, let us know. Maybe guys, you need to start, I don't know, wearing
I'm gonna wear a wig.
ponytails or...
I'm going to wear a wig.
Yeah, something like that. Remember, you can send us your questions for Listeners Takeover. You can send them to wildonespodcast@cademedia.co.uk or WhatsApp us on +447 860 860 213.
And that is all for this week. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.